Let's unbox an SG, shall we? Welcome back to the mix. I'm ABD. Today we're unboxing an SG, a solid guitar. Not from Gibson, but from Epiphone. Right now, Guitar Center is running a sale, and I got this for $320, which is a steal, honestly, for a guitar of this quality. But we're going to check it out because I've never owned an Epiphone SG before. I've never owned a Gibson SG before. I used to not be an SG guy. I didn't like the way that it looked. You can say that me and Les Paul were similar in that respect, especially the red, the kind of devil horn look of the SG. And it was thin, and people always said that you have a neck dive issue with the guitars usually. And it wasn't until I got an SG, a replica, that I really fell in love with the guitar. But today is the first time that I'm playing an Epiphone SG, so we can unbox it in this video, and in the next video we'll do like a full review and deep dive of the guitar, open it up, look at the pots, measure the neck, and all the cool stuff. But today, let's just take a look at the guitar and see what we can find, and see what it looks like. So the box is not too heavy. One thing that I noticed was the box was a little beat up, but there's also a sticker on top that says recycled shipping box. At Guitar Center, we believe in reusing, repurposing, and recycling cardboard whenever possible. Your purchase may have been shipped in a previously used box. I'm okay with that. If you want to reuse a box that you've used before that is in good shape, I'm all for helping the environment. I'm sure the guitar is fine inside. But we have a knife. You can open it up and take a look at this Epiphone SG. I am uncoordinated with my left hand. And inside we have the Epiphone box, which is that guitar-shaped cardboard box that we're used to from Epiphone. It looks like we got the right color and all that good stuff. Before, I did receive a guitar from Guitar Center that I didn't order at all, not too long ago, that was the wrong guitar. And so now I always kind of check to make sure that everything is good. So inside the box, we have another box. Epiphone has not really changed their packaging in a very long time, all that much. Guitar-shaped kind of box. And years ago, they used to do the same thing, but it had a slightly different design on it. And I can actually grab that and show how that looks. But I have an Epiphone sticker on my door that's been there for years and years because I had an Epiphone Sheridan a long time ago. And I had an Epiphone Les Paul a very long time ago. Some of my first guitars, but I've never had an SG from Epiphone, so let's take a look at what we have. Inside, there you go. Inside we have it wrapped. We have silica gel, which I will eat later. We have some air bubble packing to keep the neck pretty secure. I'm actually pretty impressed with the packing in here. And attention, valuable and important accessories in box. Do not discard. Okay. Sensor bar. So in here we have the guitar itself, some paperwork and stuff down here. And there's that Epiphone sticker that's in the box. You have a couple more stickers and a little booklet and some other information about the warranty. And you have cardboard on top that was not supposed to come out. And then we have go away box, so long. Here we have the guitar. The weight is great. The weight is great. We have a rubber band on top, per usual. We have a kind of cloth wrapping around this. And now we will get to the moment you've all been waiting for. That is looking real nice. A gold, metallic gold, SG from Epiphone. We have a little tiny piece of paper that was maybe supposed to protect the neck. I'm not quite sure what is going on there, but the guitar is looking good. Epiphone sometimes will have QA issues as far as the finish or things of that nature. From first look, I don't happen to see anything that jumps out at me as being bad, but it does look very, very nice. A gold SG, which is one of my favorite colors for a guitar, period, but for an SG, they do like the double gold Gibson. This is metallic gold, which looks pretty similar to like a Gibson double gold, I think. Ooh, SG, classy. It has a pickguard. It has the SG pickguard not the pickup rings. We have a bridge here, which looks good. Saddles are nice and secure. Stop tailpiece down here. We have plastic on the pickguard. And you know what? We're going to take it off right now. 20 points to Gryffindor if we can get the whole thing off in one piece. Almost one piece, not the anime. Covers from the pickups. And now we can take a better look at the guitar. You have binding on the neck. It is very creamy, very yellow. You have the pickups installed directly into the pickguard, like we said. And then you have a 3-way switch. You do have push-pull for coil split on this, on the 2 volume pots. Impressive. So we'll try that out and see how that sounds. And on the back, you have a control plate that looks good. We have plastic on that, which we can take off. And strap button there, strap button there. And you have a Laurel fretboard, and it's one of the best pieces of Laurel that I've ever seen. It looks like rosewood. It looks real good. It's got grain in it, and it's all uniform. It runs up and down the neck. Very, very nice stuff. Again, this was on sale, and for the price, even if it wasn't on sale, very impressive. The finish is really nice and even. I'm not seeing like any hairs or any inconsistencies or bubbles or anything like that. Really impressive stuff. And the neck profile, it is, according to the specs, a 60s slim taper neck. And the Epiphone necks feel a little flatter on the back than Gibson. They have like wider shoulders, but this one feels pretty good, in my opinion. You can get all the way up, obviously, like an SG, all the way up to the top of the fretboard. And then, you know, one of the most important tests with an SG is, does it have neck dive? And I can tell you already, yes. It's pretty light, and so it's always gonna, if it's bouncing just like that, it's always gonna want to fall a little to the left. But that's why when you play an SG, you kind of let it lean back this way, and then it feels really good the way that it's sitting. And the whole neck is kind of farther away from you than it would be on a Les Paul because of where the leg contour is. On a Les Paul, it's more like here, where you're kind of more intimate with the neck. In an SG, it's kind of farther away from you over here. So if you have the guitar like on your left leg, the neck is kind of far away from you. It's not in tune, so we will tune it up and do a very quick sound demo to hear what it sounds like briefly, but then in part 2, we'll do more of a deep dive on the guitar. So for now, let's plug it in. Into a Tubemeister 20 tube amp, into a V30 speaker on the floor. We have some pedals on the floor and a reverb pedal in the post. The tuners feel pretty good, nice and solid. They're not too loose. That feels really good. The setup is good. The neck feels pretty level. The action is pretty low. The nut, which I believe is graphite, looks really good and is cut really good. There's not really bending on the strings like on the G that you get sometimes. That's a really nicely made neck. Mahogany body and mahogany neck, gold finish, Laurel fretboard, nickel frets. They look pretty vintage, kind of tiny, not too tall. I do like that. I think we're intonated. I think the setup is good. This is the best QC and setup I've gotten and fit and finish from Epiphone in a minute. The last Epiphone I got was a while ago, and it was a Les Paul Custom, and it was terrible. It was damaged. It had like scratches on it. I don't know if that was from where I got it from or from Epiphone, but it had a number of issues, and this seems to really not have any issues whatsoever. It has silver hardware. It has vintage style buttons, a 12-inch radius, a truss rod cover in Epiphone style with 3 screws like Epiphone, not 2 like Gibson. And so like we said before, we could plug it into a tube amp, into a V30 speaker. We can hear what it sounds like. It's on the neck if we go to the bridge. In middle. And then we have coil splitting. If we go to the neck and we pull that up, immediately you get some feedback. And here's the tonal comparison. and then back to humbucker. Much louder and fuller and thicker, like a humbucker would be, and on the bridge with humbucker and then coil split. And then back to humbucker. Cool, so we have some pedals on the floor. If we try an ultra metal distortion and a little analog chorus, here's what you get. On the bridge, in humbucker mode with the tone and everything else all the way up. Here we go to the neck. Getting a little out of tune. When we go back to the bridge, here's what we get. So there's a quick demo of the guitar. I don't really love Epiphone pickups that much. They're not my favorite. They kind of lack some low end and they're a little muddy. And they don't really have as much high-end sparkle and spank as I would like from a pickup, but they sound pretty good. Overall, the guitar feels really great. The setup is great. Obviously, you could change the pickups. The setup and the actual instrument itself is crafted really well. The finish and all of that stuff is really beautiful. So overall, I'm pretty impressed. But in part 2, we'll get into some more details about the guitar, the pots, measure the neck, and things like that. But thank you for watching, and until next time, play SGs. Play the solid guitar from Gibson, because it's dope, and it's lightweight, and it totally wails, dude. Thanks for watching. And for the price, I don't love Fender pickup. Oof. So there's a quick demo of the guitar.